I'm a mom of three. They're older kids now. They're all adults now. They are active and busy, and I enjoy chasing them around and participating in their activities. So now I'm learning what my activities are. And a little bit about myself. I do love reading, some sewing, different things. But the last year or so, my life is this bakery, and the challenges and the fun that come with it, and creating. And um, I think I appear more confident than I am most of the time. So well, often at home you'll find me just kind of decompressing and relaxing and listening to a good book, but often I'll find activities to do while I do some of my, if I watch a movie or something, yeah. But love to be outdoors. I'm up for anything. Sometimes I'm a little mischievous, and can not above toilet papering and not above doing shenanigans like that. But living life, enjoying life, and having fun and being present is my goals in life. So. Uh, the opening Shay's Pie place has been a journey. It hasn't been a short journey. It's been a long journey. Started making pie about 10 years ago and did pie to help kind of supplement income for my family and for my kids and the things that the interests that they had and the things that they wanted to do. So I started selling pie out of my home, just originally on Thanksgiving. It transferred from Thanksgiving to other holidays and eventually became a weekly thing that I was doing. I would bake on the side, go work as a nurse, and then bake on the side. And as life became a lot, doing both of those, burning candles at both ends, I decided it's something had to give, and what was gonna be that? And so in a lot of process, I took a little side business class to see if I was really up to the task of trying to do this. Talked to a lot of people, had a good support system of people encouraging me to try something, and then really getting to a point in life where I was like, I'm not sure what I have to lose. Let's try this. And fortunately, I have a good career that I can always go back to, and maybe even dabble in as I have a bakery. And so, with goals of being able to work maybe as hard as I was for so many other people, and having multiple jobs, maybe just really putting all my eggs into my basket and working really hard for a little bit and see if this can fly and take off. So.
So many challenges. One of my biggest is probably that in order to be a commercial kitchen, you have to have a hooded vent, which is a big ticket item. And already I put in a lot to purchase equipment and different things. Had electrical come in to make sure it could handle what I was going to be using. And then trying to decide now, how can I make this happen without having to really truly go over my head and drown in debt. So part of that was getting some basic kitchen ovens, which actually kind of fits with what I want, which is when you come in, you're visiting with me in my kitchen. We're baking, we're talking. I have fond memories of grandma coming over to visit and sitting in a chair as my mom cooked. And we had a chair that sat in our kitchen that most people would sit in while they came to visit my mom, who was baking for 8, plus she had a daycare, so she was baking and cooking. And people would just sit and chat, and I loved the feeling of that space and wanted to kind of recreate that.
So my kids were my first employees, and they all know how to make pie. And then I've had a couple of gals that are college students that filled their time. And then as things were picking up in January, I ended up posting, "Hey, I need help" on Facebook, and then not even through that ad, but through somebody walking in the door that same day and introduced to me. I do have a gal named Abby who helps me a ton and is my right hand and bakes a lot and has learned a lot. And then I still have one more gal who helps out, And then my kids from time to time when they're in town will still step in, or if I call and say, "Oh, I'm drowning." But yeah, they've been taught how to, there's certain things. I'm a little picky about some things which might drive them a little crazy, but there's certain things that are just, that's how I want to present my food. So yeah. I'm Abby. I work here at Shay's Pie Place. I am an artist and I love to do all things art. I love to read. I love to go for hikes. Anything outdoors. I love the water. I love the beach. That's what you can find me doing in my spare time. I was looking for a job at the time, and my friend's mom knows Shay, and she came in and said, "Hey, are you hiring?" And Shay said, "Yes." And so I came in to do a working interview with her, and then I was offered a job right then and there. So after I'd worked a couple hours with her. So Um, so I am Shay's right hand woman, I guess she says. So I help her with the day to day stuff. I help run in social media. I make her do reels, much to her hate. I help deal with customers. I help them get what they need. I help bake. I do a little bit of everything. So yeah. I think one of my favorite things is just getting to work with Shay. She has this incredible presence that this shop wouldn't be what it is without Shay. Um, so that's one of my favorite things. My other favorite thing is getting to know the customers and getting to help those. We have a lot of repeat customers that come in a couple times a week, and it's my favorite thing to check in with them, see how their week is going, help them out. I love this place because we get to be the safe place for people, and so we get to hear the wins and we get to hear the fails. And so my favorite thing is to just check in with them and see how they're doing. Um, I honestly don't think I've really had many challenges here. I would say one is it took us just a little bit of time to figure out holidays together. That was probably our biggest challenge, but just working together, we've figured out a good system on how to do holidays because they are nuts. Yeah, that's probably our biggest challenge, trying to figure that out.
I would love to see a pie shop on every corner, specifically a Shay's Pie Place. On every corner. I know, but seriously, I would love to help her expand, help her grow, maybe open another shop or two. Um, but I think we have something wonderful here, and I think more people deserve to share in that with us. Share the wonderful pie and the wonderful recipes that we create here.
Hmm. It takes work. And like I said, it's weird. Like, you think you're strong, you think you're capable, and then you roll out pies or you make some cookies and you're like, "Oh my gosh, why am I so sore?" It takes a lot of work. But your heart you see your hard work paying off when there's that pie at the end of it. Um, think food service is not for everyone. There's a lot of like food safety that you need to know and you need to learn. But once you understand that, it helps you in your personal life as well. Like when you're cooking, you learn different things. Um, but I would definitely encourage everyone who's interested to try it out because this is something I didn't know I liked until I had tried it. And that turns out I love it. I love every aspect of it. I love baking. I love creating things. I love interacting with customers. And it's just something wonderful that I wouldn't have experienced if I didn't give this place a shot. I, I don't know if this even works for you, but I am a firm believer in a higher power. And so people have asked me, how did you open this? And I'm like, God is a good business partner. And listening, being open to change, but staying true to your values would be the most important thing. Because one, everybody has ideas and they're going to come flooding at you with how you should do it and would do it. And if you, and I've had those moments where I'm like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I should try that. Maybe I should do that. But starting to learn what my values are. So if you're going to start a business, know what your goals and ambitions are. Be strong in knowing that you don't have to follow every idea that comes, but being open to ideas. And then I will sit with them for a little bit and see if that's something that I really should do. And then ultimately just having the courage to try. I mean, I've gotten to a point in order to open the doors of this business was like, what's the worst thing that can happen? I have to start over. I've had to do that a couple of times in life. So I know I am okay. I know I'll figure it out. I know I can work hard and I know I can fix whatever I need to fix. So having the courage to take the step, but stay true to who you are. Don't give in to or trying to chase other people's dreams. Stick with yours, and be who you are. I think that's the most important thing in opening a business is you don't have to know everything all at once. I have had a crash course this last year of learning about business, and I'm still learning how to run a business and do a business. But the right people, the right place at the right time are always in my path to help me get to the next step if I'm open to it. I'm open to trusting and open to having the courage to do what you need to do when the time comes are really the biggest steps, or having sometimes the courage to say, that's a really good idea, but it's maybe not the time. So yeah, it took 10 years, 11 to even get to this point with pie. And it was a dream I didn't know I had, but I'm loving the journey of it. So. My business partner hasn't told me yet. But I am. The plans are to continue to grow, to be a positive influence in the community, to be something that people want to stick around, but that the quality is still, even as growth happens, I want quality to be there. So I don't want to grow so fast we can't have the quality. I would love to see Shay's Pie Place expand either to eventually we'll have to do a bigger space or maybe multiple locations. But I don't know what that big picture looks like yet. I just know that I want to continue with the growth that we're having. I want to continue whatever happens to still be a positive entity, not something that's just there or that has to move so fast that they can't maintain something quality. So I want there to be connection with the community. I want the involvement for people to feel like they're a part of this growth that takes place. So that's future.